Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom, and even worse, having a sister.
Gentlemen, if annoying women piss you off, this video is not for you. At least it pissed me off. This video is essentially me learning about icks in front of you and getting way too mad. I mean, you'll see why.
New ick unlocked. When men have an itch.
Anyways, prepare for the sickening world of women's opinions.
What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
Probably when they don't work out.
You're fat. I want to be nice, okay? It's just, we'll move on. This one, believe it or not, isn't the worst one, but it's pretty horrible.
Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom, and even worse, having a sister.
A person who thinks all the time.
And she's serious, too. Like, she's serious. She's serious. What? Oh my gosh. I think part of the problem is that women think the only people that are suitable for me have to meet these 100 requirements, and that makes me desirable. Because when I find someone that I've finally deemed worthy, they better love me after how much I've looked. It's like, just because you have higher standards doesn't mean that you are a higher standard.
Well, unfortunately, I have both a mom and a sister.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, buddy. Why don't we calm it down here? We are trying to bag this huzz. Get your head in the game, pal. Get rid of that mom, get rid of that sister, or at least lie about it. Like, she can only accept orphans. Do you understand how valuable she is? Get with her now.
Do you have any aunts?
3.
Wow. Is your grandma still alive?
One of them's gone. Yeah, the other one's still here.
All right.
She looks disgusted. Is her grandma alive? Yeah. Ugh. Men getting cold. All right, guys, dating 101, how to get all the women you want, transcend the human body and never get cold. And like, who saw another guy and he was just like, ooh, brr, brr. Her first thought is, ew, dude, what do you do? What? I gotta record this. I gotta record this.
New ick unlocked.
New ick unlocked. Someone said it. That's the catchphrase of this whole video. New ick unlocked. They're always like, dude, I unlocked a new ick. I'm on a different level. I unlocked one right now. And I think that wording came first from like new fear unlocked. Now it's new ick unlocked. So I guess we're just new negative thing that I hate about life unlocked. Want to hear about it on TikTok? Because that's the place to put it so I can ruin your day.
New ick unlocked. When men have an itch.
A person who...
I'm on a walk and some guy in front of me just stopped to itch his leg.
If you have skin that works normally, you're out of my league, dude. And listen, I know every guy watching right now wants to get with me, but if your nervous system is at all functional, get out. Get out. The guy I'm pulling all this from is this guy who has this whole list. He's now on like 880 of his last videos. His whole TikTok career is basically just making this list off of women's icks, which... thank you for your service. This one is a little bit more common of one, but still pretty crazy.
What should a guy make in a year?
My boyfriend makes like 20 grand. That's it? Yeah, he works really hard. Okay, but he should at least be making 200K. I want a guy who works hard. But don't you want a man who makes 200K so he can spoil you?
One of the comments said, ooh, catfight? And it just reminded me of this clip. I had to share it.
What is so appealing to men about a catfight?
Because men think if women are grabbing and clawing at each other, there's a chance they might somehow kiss.
Part of me wants to think that this is scripted, but like this came from an actual guy who posted, maybe it's scripted, but I also know that even if this is scripted, there are other women out there that are genuinely serious that a man has to make 200K if they want to date her.
Don't you want a man who makes 200K so he can spoil you?
So he can spoil you. Is that the attraction here? You don't love him for him. You're literally saying you're a gold digger and then being proud of it. And we have a lot more and they get really petty. Like this one is like, yeah, dude, new ick unlocked. Don't you just hate when people have ears? Don't you just hate people when it's just dangling off your face? What the heck? Probably my biggest turnoff is when people cut their hair. I will never date anyone who ever cuts their hair ever again, ever. And it's all good and well looking on the internet for people to complain about how they hate the men in their lives, but I wanted to get some insider information because the internet can be a very misleading place. It's where a certain type of people gravitate to you don't normally see in real life. So I reached out to a friend and I asked her what her icks were. What does she find annoying in men? I always record on my phone, so now I have to use the webcam since I gotta access the text. Almost immediately, she just barrages, like machine guns a list of like 20 things, and then I'm like, bruh. Guys having feminine hand gestures is an ick, which I understand. I get it. I understand that one. Baby talk is an ick. Widowy, I understand. No, bad hygiene is genuinely icky. That makes sense. Having Snapchat, that I agree with. Crossing your legs, I mean, honestly, I agree with that one. And then this one's just mean. Inability to spell is an ick. That's pointed because I misspell things all the time. So she sent me that list and then she's like, oh, is that good or do you need more? And I'm like, I mean, if you got more. Guys who have a skincare routine. Listen, I'm making a video about gay tests, and I gotta say, I don't think having a skincare routine is gay. I don't have one, but mainly just because there's no way I can remember. Why can't a guy have a skincare routine, you know? Would you rather he just forsakes it? You know, what if he cares about his skin? Whatever. But certain girls, not to name any names, are a little too picky. Too much lip balm, guys without calloused hands, listening to podcasts, can't cook, watching anime. I won't argue with that one. Overly philosophical guys. Isn't that that's like a good thing, right? I mean, maybe you don't want to think, but at least then he can do it for you. Guys who scream when they're scared. Guys, if you're ever being murdered, keep your mouth shut. Guys who don't join the military, guys who do join the military, guys with red hair. I feel like she's getting way off with these because she has red hair. So I'm like, guys who get their hair cut at a barbershop. What do you want him to get it in a Starbucks? Guys who take ibuprofen. Sit with your pain. Guys who have white feet. What if you're dating a white guy? You want him to have a deformity? Guys who have a favorite color other than blue. Guys who can't put together furniture? That's so oddly specific. What the heck? Guys who like balloons. Can a guy not just like what he wants? What if he likes balloons? Again, you don't have to hold the balloon. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm drawing this from a girl that I'm actually friends with. That is not a TikTok girl. She doesn't post anywhere, and yet even she has icks. So men, are we just screwed? Also, no hate to Arbuckle, which is my friend. Whatever, have your strong preferences. It's funny to clown on someone. It's not funny to actually care. Like, I think it's dumb, but I don't care. I want to show you this specific TikTok because if anything is going to make you disappointed in humanity, it's this one right here.
So I went on a first date and a car was about to hit me and he grabbed me and pulled me away. And I don't know why, but that just gave me the ick. Because it's literally the first date. Why are you so obsessed with me? Like, it was just so desperate. And it's like, play it cool. All right, man, Riz 101. This is maybe the biggest lesson that I've ever learned about women. Listen up very closely. Any chance you get, you must let her die. You see a car coming this way, push her into it. That guy tries to rob her, take out your knife, give it to the robber. Any woman you want in the bag, she's yours. That's it for Riz 101. Come back in a couple minutes when I find something else stupid on TikTok. Sometimes I don't know if these people are kidding, like this one.
It's gonna hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low-key gives you the ick? I cannot date a man who is a good father. There's always a back-to-school night, a parent-teacher conference, a birthday party, a play date, a recital, a game. There's always something that he has to be at. And as he should, because that is his child.
I specifically saved this one because I've actually ironically heard women in my life say this thing.
What's your biggest ick in a guy?
Like when they... No, okay.
Say it, say
no,
it.
No,
Run it.
that was so mean. I was gonna say if they're like really nice, it's such an ick.
That makes sense. So I don't know how to feel about these ones because she's evidently not kidding. It's so weird too, because like we could take the whole trend of icks and turn it into something kind of good. Like name the things that are bad about a man. Things like, you know, he's a bad father, not a good one. He beats women, he curses too much, he's on drugs, he has no manners, he eats too much. You know, name the things that specifically to you mark a low quality man. Or on the other hand, be as petty of a person as you can be, nitpick others for things that are completely inconsequential, find as much hate as you can in your day towards other people. And lastly, I just think this is hilarious. If you look up icks on TikTok, it comes up with all these videos, and I just gotta say, it's the most annoying group of people that I've ever seen in my life. Huh, that's weird. Almost like people who are unenjoyable to be around will talk about how much they hate being around you. Also, no hate to any of these, most of these women. Like I hear girls in real life that I personally know talking about their icks, and like sometimes it's just funny to hear them or whatever. But when you go as far as a lot of these women, Ugh. But you know, this really got me thinking, maybe these women are onto something. Maybe it's really smart to lay out on the table what you hate about everyone else, and then, I don't know, there's gotta be some reason they do it, right? Anyways, assuming that they're, you know, doing the right thing, I went out and made my own list of icks. Number 1 is making TikTok videos with 0 effort put into them. You know, just women that record themselves walking around with no microphone, you know, just using their phone mic, no good lighting, not good editing. Biggest ick. Ick number 2. I'm trying to put a word to exactly what I'm trying to say here. I guess basically what she said, actually.
When they don't work out.
And coming in at number 3 is gotta be having icks. But really, guys, it's really number 4 that really gets me. Like, really, I think really, drinking through your mouth? Guys, what are we doing? It's just so icky to me. It's icky. It's icky. It's grody odie. This next part I recorded, I do like it and I'll leave it, but I want you to take it as a stupid man with no relationship experience explains his views on the world based off of observation. He has no idea what he's talking about, okay? So don't get mad. So for anyone out there that actually thinks icks are a genuinely good idea, which I don't think many people do unless you make TikTok videos, but if you do, I just want to say women think icks are a way to speed things up in a relationship, know what you like, you know, just be defined on your interests and your qualities. You know, maybe it's just smart to define the kind of guy you like, but in all reality, it actually adds more friction and hurts you and the other people around you when trying to find someone that you actually fall in love with. And in a relationship, a majority of how you live together, especially if you're married, is sacrificing, you know, your tiny little preferences for the other person in an act of love. It's giving up preferences. Working as a team in a relationship isn't just, you know, big decisions, right? It's actually the little things that you call icks. And by already having a problem with what the other person is doing, such as getting your hair cut at a barber shop or crossing your legs, you kind of show that you're not ready for a relationship because you aren't mature enough to sacrifice those little things. Which is actually kind of a good thing, because then the women who voice their icks are basically just notifying you, hey, I'm immature. Hey, how's it going? I'm not ready for a relationship. Considering a partner should be about pros and cons, not just the cons. But it seems like a lot of women just kind of want to focus on the pros and cons. In my videos, I try to normally not have like a big monologue at the end or try to disagree too much with like the funny video that I'm making. But in this case, I feel like I have to, because this is like an actual problem that if you buy too much into it, a very nice girl can immediately become a very mean, too judgmental. And my friend, I kind of questioned her on some of the things like, why can't a guy like balloons? Why can't a guy have too white of feet? And she basically said it's not a deal breaker, it's just a small thing that I find annoying. For people like her, I think new ick unlocked is just a way of saying, here's another thing that I could joke about that, you know, I hate about guys, but again, it doesn't really matter. Kind of like how I'm making fun of her, but again, it doesn't really matter. The problem being when you cross over the line in which you won't date a guy if he opens his boba tea in the wrong way. I will say that's really weird, but like, let the guy do what he wants, you know? Well, that about wraps it up. And oh, new ick unlocked when people make it to the end of the video and they don't subscribe. Like, you made it to the whole thing and you don't subscribe. You don't even like it if you already are subscribed. I'm like, come on, that's so icky. How can a guy or a girl not do that? Maybe I'm not very convincing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.